This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
ChatGPT is down. We have Claude down. We have a bunch of, I'm hearing reports that Gemini and Claude are down as well. I haven't verified that, but I've definitely went on ChatGPT, unable to use it. And this is bringing a question, whether you're listening to this or not, and it's still down, I think is irrelevant to the question of like, what is the impact when these AI systems go down? What is the impact when we have ChatGPT running our Tesla humanoid robot and the whole system goes down? Maybe the benefits of having these devices running like on an actual, device instead of having to rely on OpenAI's networks and servers that could crash. Matt, what are you seeing in the space here?
Well, I just tried going to Claude and it is down, and I tried using ChatGPT this morning and it was down too. Who cares about the impact on the world, dude? I'm just imagining their dev teams right now running a tech startup when like I get like a single customer that calls in, it's like something's down, we all freak out. Imagine how many users does ChatGPT have? Like 100 million?
Yeah, 100 million weekly active.
Yeah, dude. I can't even imagine. It's like the amount of like disarray. Like if that happened within our offices, like we'd flip tables.
Oh my gosh. I just tested it and it looks like Gemini is now back up. So Google, for the first time in the last 2 years, is the #1 AI model, and they're actually winning something. A big hats off to Google.
I don't know if they were down, but I know Claude's down.
Maybe just the tweets. The tweets are pretty hilarious. People are saying, they're pretty much showing their offices. No one knows what to do. The outputs are terrible.
Really?
The memes are hilarious. Oh yeah, the memes are hilarious.
The outputs are bad?
No, they're just saying that the outputs at work are bad. No one knows how to work anymore. They're
I see. I see. With ChatGPT down, like everything's in disarray.
Yeah. I have to show you some of the memes for anyone that's following along. I thought this one was pretty hilarious. It's looks like everyone's hopping. Hilarious. Also, this one was pretty good. Yeah, so I think okay, here it was. So Gemini was down. Perplexity was down because that's tied to ChatGPT. ChatGPT was down and Claude was down. It kind of makes me wonder if Gemini is just ripping off of ChatGPT and maybe that's the reason why it was down.
Right.
Just kidding.
Well, yeah, why would they go down at the same time unless they share it like Amazon servers or something?
Well, yeah, probably because for the first time ever, there's a whole bunch of people flooding to them to try to use them as an alternative, and so it just crashed them, so everyone got crashed. But
Dude, I remember when Firebase went down. I don't know if you run your stuff on Firebase, but
man, brutal.
Every customer of mine was freaking out. And all their end users were also hitting us up too. That was crazy.
Yeah, brutal when some infrastructure. Okay, so here's the question. Would you trust, like I personally really want a Tesla humanoid robot to do my dishes and my laundry and just live in my house and do everything. Would you trust one to be running on ChatGPT if it could have an outage and now like maybe it's literally on your roof fixing something and it has an outage and it shuts down?
I don't think those run on I don't think they'll run on like an internet model. Like I don't think they'll require that. I think they'll have an LLM built into their head. I don't think that they'll need like Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like remember Sam Altman was on the
like imagine.
Oh, Sam Altman was on the with the All In podcast, and he was talking about the devices, like the handhelds or like the glasses and stuff.
Yeah.
And every time he was saying that, he just needs to be able to fit like the language model like within it, so that which is weird because that would insinuate that or that would imply that it doesn't need to improve always, or maybe that it would just learn off the data set being like, it would just learn from like what it's seeing there, but not from like a large data set like pool, like from the internet, you know?
Well, it probably could update. They still do updates for it. What
That's
I'm
probably true.
thinking
You're right.
is the reason why, yeah, so I'm thinking the way to go is to run these models directly on device. I think it's going to be really important because you can imagine you spend 200 grand on the Tesla humanoid robot, and then all of a sudden you move from like the middle of, you know, a bustling city like Spokane to somewhere on the outskirts, and all of a sudden you don't have good, you know, reception, and your robot can't quite handle it. So
tell your robot to go chop down a tree and it just can't because it doesn't have Wi-Fi.
yeah, that'd be a huge bummer. Honestly, oh my gosh, imagine logging companies. I might start my own logging company, but it's just like a robot and an axe, and
Dude, you
like,
can call it that. You know,
character.
it's like, you know, those companies that are just called like a boy in his like truck, or like two, like just two guys in a moving truck or whatever. It's like
He's like a robot and an axe.
It's like horrifying. Like your demographic is not families, people with kids, animals, pets,
or yeah, like a robot and a chainsaw.
You can make like these sad. You pause there for a second. There you are. You can make like the sad commercials.
A robot and a chainsaw would be good.
Oh yeah. It's like you just have like these sad commercials. It's like no one will. This would actually be a funny like spoof to make. Like no one will hire us. Just like a robot like dragging like his like chainsaw behind him in the forest, like sunset. It's like all we want to do is like serve the public, like the greater good. Have you seen those like you know, like a lot of people fall for them who don't know, but you can like take video of yourself doing something and then just replace you with like a robot, and it's like actually like its hands will match what your hands are doing. It like just kind of puts like a layer over you. I forget the company that does it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It, you know, like the video of like the robot shooting the Tesla truck and stuff like that was not real robots, obviously.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah, you could make an ad like that, just like that. That'd actually be pretty funny.
So that would be hilarious. But I think it brings up a great point where, like, I literally think we'll get to the point where there's, like, you buy your Cybertruck, which has got its robo-taxi enabled, whatever. You buy your Optimus robot, and you literally will at some point have, like, a
battle them together.
No, I'm saying, like, you could, like, start a landscaping company where your Tesla drives to your route where you have people that have signed up for it, and then your robot just hops out with a lawnmower, pulls out of the back of the Cybertruck, and goes and mows everyone's lawn, hops back. Dude,
yeah.
You're about to scale direct-to-consumer blue-collar work like never before.
Dude, I think like the autonomous lawnmowers have a better chance than like a robot that can like push a lawnmower.
Okay, what do you mean by autonomous lawnmower? Like it's like a Roomba, but it goes on your lawn?
Yeah, have you seen those?
Yeah, but Roombas are horrible and they never work, so I definitely don't trust a Roomba with a blade on the bottom of it. At least the robot, it's got like camera eyeballs, it's got the maneuverability of a human, it knows what it's doing. Dude, I would trust the robot way more.
No, so like the autonomous lawnmower, they have like little bumper cars on the outside, so like they stop if they hit hitches and stuff. They have eyes too. They're just like actually built for mowing lawn. Yeah, basically you'd have to kind of take like the base. Yeah, you see this in self-driving cars, right? Like you probably see a whole bunch down in like Phoenix area. Like there's some with like the crazy eyes all over it, like the cameras that are like helicoptered around the whole thing. It's like, yeah, you're gonna have a bunch. Like if you could take the Tesla robot and then take those pieces out and then build like just the ultimate vacuum or like lawnmower, then that would be cool. But yeah, I'm not trusting anything that like some small pop and shop makes. Like, yeah, this will cut your lawn, cut your lawn and more.
It's got like bumpers, so if it runs over your toes, it will back up. No, but here's the problem with the automated lawnmower.
Has like the flesh cutting like stop thing, like meat like processing plants.
Put a hot dog on it and it stops.
Yeah.
So here's the problem with that though. The thing about the Optimus Cybertruck combo is it drives to your house. It can get out. It can walk. Maybe you still need the Optimus robot that's going to pick up the self-driving lawnmower and drop it off, and the autonomous lawnmower mows. Then it leaves. Well, like, because think about it. Like, I currently pay like a landscaper to come. I'm not gonna buy the self mowing thing. It's so freaking expensive for my little lawn. It's way cheaper to pay a landscaper. But for a landscaper that's gonna go do 30 lawns in a day, it's probably the best option.
Right. So you'll be like, where the heck is my landscaper? And it'll just be like a little vacuum, or it'll be like a little robot traveling by, like where it'll be like wearing the same clothes that he
yeah, he's got like, the work uniform, like Southwest landscaping.
You're like, there's something
the hat on.
There's something different about Jorge lately.
He gets like a silicone mask of his face, and he just like sticks it on the Optimus robot. Silicone like, gloves.
Hello, just like that.
Dude, and then you get 11 labs to clone your voice.
Yeah.
So it's like every time he shows up, it sounds just like him talking to me.
Like, hey, Jaden. It's like, oh, hey, Jorge. It's like, look back.
So, okay, I'll give you one more reason. Extrapolate this onto every business, so you don't think I'm just like wasting my time talking about landscaping. But one other reason why I think this is an amazing business and why it's going to be an Optimus robot and not like a automated thing. Okay, because the automated thing. Do you have a Roomba?
Yeah.
Does it work?
Works fine. We got a new one that like takes the trash like to it and like dumps it. Do you have that one?
Because I feel like I remember visiting you in the past, and you literally had like tables and chairs like laying on the floor to like block the areas the Roomba couldn't go in. I've seen so many people do that. No one. Okay, so here's the problem. My backyard, every time my landscapers come, my children have left balls and cups and tables everywhere, and they like move them all off to the side and they mow it, and it's like super nice. Okay, so the automated thing can't do that, but the humanoid robot could. So final reason why I think a humanoid robot would be epic. Also, it can trim my trees. They trim my trees sometimes. Spray down a little weed killer, a little pest control.
Did you know how many safety trials need to happen before they can just like pick up weapons and shears and like snippers and like all that stuff? Like,
I think there's nothing wrong with a chainsaw. It's just a simple tool.
It's like chasing the kids around the yard.
I think like there's want a hard-coded speed control on that thing, so you can definitely always outrun it, and that might be your solution.
Not even a stop, just like slow it down. So it's kind of like that question people ask. It's like, would you rather have like whatever, like, I don't know, a slug chasing you for the rest of your life, but if it touches you, you like die?
Yeah, it could be that. You could.
It's like always following you, but like in slow motion. There's no way to turn it off. Solar powered.
In any case, I think there's some important conversations that need to happen around ChatGPT shutting or being offline. The moral of the story is we can't trust these devices to connect to the internet. So we need these models to be smaller and to be run on device. And I think it's interesting you brought up Sam Altman's been saying the same thing. So for many reasons discussed, this is obvious. But in any case,
that's why chips are going up right now. It's because they can handle LLMs on device. So that's why like NVIDIA is like skyrocketing and stuff. So yeah,
right.
You actually need chips to run them over the internet. It's too slow. I think that's mainly the problem. It's the lag.
Yeah, it's the lag. It just happens. So in any case, if you enjoyed the podcast today, we would really appreciate it if you left us a review wherever you get your podcast on Apple. We're shooting for 100 reviews. We're getting close. I think we're at 7 right now. So any reviews you drop are greatly appreciated.
Every review you drop is 20% of all of our reviews.
So we actually do appreciate them. But we hope that you all have an amazing rest of your day.